Hello everyone, this video is the continuation video of part 1. In part 1 I have already explained introduction of the chapter. I already explained fundamental rights and duties. Our first chapter based on first fundamental right to equality. So under this fundamental right we can say all people are equal before law. It doesn't matter they are rich or poor. Doesn't matter they are male or female. It doesn't matter they are young or old. Means all people are equal before law. In a democracy, the key elements of a democratic government includes people's participation, the resolution of conflict and equality and justice. The important thing we'll get here, the participation. Role of participation. What is the meaning of participation? It means the action of taking part in something. For better understand, I tell you about democracy. What is democracy? A system of government by the whole population or all the eligible members of a state select their representative by election method, that is called democracy. Or we can say control of an organization or group by the majority of its members. And we can also say democracy is a form of government in which the people have the authority to choose their representative by the election method. Why in democracy the participation take place? Because by the election method we choose our representative. So I hope you understand what is participation, why it is important in democracy. Now we'll move on very interesting thing, story of Kanta. By this story you will understand importance of equality. The same thing I explained in my previous slide. This is the same page which is given in your book. Here we'll move on the story of Kanta. Here you can see the ballot box. What is ballot box? Ballot box is a sealed box into which voters put complete ballot papers by the democratic principle and methods. As you can see here, people are going for a vote. All people stand in a same line. It doesn't matter, already I told you, doesn't matter they are rich or poor, doesn't matter they are boy or girl, doesn't matter they are illiterate or literate, and which caste they belong. They all are equal before law. The most important character in our story, in this story, is Kanta. Here you can see Kanta is a domestic worker and Sujata is also a domestic worker. Kanta is standing in line to cast her vote. And very important thing, her employer, Mr. Jain, is also standing in a same line. You can see the difference. Kanta is poor and obvious her employer, Mr. Ashok, is very rich. But they stand in a same line. That time Kanta feel very happy. Not because of its her employer standing behind of Kanta, but for This because all people are equal before law. Here you can see the ballot box. Why I show you the ballot box? Because it's take very important place in democracy in election method. So what is universal adult franchise? Universal adult franchise means either we can say that all adults irrespective of their caste, education, wealth or religion have the right to vote. It means already I told you all people are equal before law. So it doesn't matter. Means all people have right to give vote, and according to their choices they can select the representative. It's a very important process. That's why I told you participation take very important place in a democratic system, democracy. Now, beginning of the story. On election day, Kanta and her friend Sujata are waiting to cast their votes. Isn't it good, Sujata? We can all vote as equal citizen of our country. Even Jan Saab is standing in the line with us. Yes, obvious, we all are equal. Go on, Kanta, it's your turn now. When Kanta is going for vote, I will vote for the candidate who has promised to bring water pipe to my area. It's a very important factor. We always give when we are going for voting. That time it's very important how we select the representative on the basis of their promise. Who has promised to fulfill our need, we supposed to give vote to particular candidate, either our favorite candidate. After the election, usually both were talking and they see off their sahab, and afterwards they both were talking. What they talked? Gudiya has been suffering from fever and I have to take her hospital. But the most important factor that first I will have to finish my work and I have to take some advance money because I don't have sufficient money to take care of my daughter for the treatment. When she reached home, then she discussed her problem or her situation with her daughter. Here have you something. Here have something of this. You will feel better. And when I get back in the evening, I will go to the hospital. Then, when she is going on the way, that time she thinks, why my daughter Gudiya falls ill just because of unclean society. When she reached the Ashok Jain's home, she discussed her problem with madam, and she asked the advance payment. When she asked the advance payment, she gets harsh message, and her madam replied to Kanta that first you will finish your work, you have to clean corner properly, then afterwards you will get the advance payment. And when she gives the advance payment, then the reply got by her madam, here your advance, Kanta, but don't make habit of it. When she gets this type of reply, Kanta feels very sad. And afterwards, in the hospital, she stands in a line and she's waiting for the doctor in front of OPD. Then she realized what she's thinking. Jan Madam and Jan Sahab stand may stand in line to vote, but they never have to do it when their children are sick. It means in a government hospital, usually the poor people are supposed to go, or sometimes middle class family members. But the rich person, they never go because they have lots of money. They prefer to the private hospitals, and there are no lines, no waitings. That's why Kanta thinks that I am equal or I have equal rights. Here is the summary of Kanta. So Kanta is a domestic worker and domestic worker and work in the Jain Sahab's house. She feels happy when she saw her employer is also in a voting line. After giving vote, she returns home. As her daughter was not well, she required money from her employer as advance money. She got the money after completing the housework. Harsh message was also communicated to Kanta that she should ask the money as advance again. After taking her daughter, she went to the hospital where she found that a very long queue is for OPD service and only few beds are left. That are the reasons. After reading the story of Kanta, we realize that what is the conclusion? What to make Kanta unsure? So Kanta is a poor domestic worker. She lives in a slum which is very filthy. Her daughter is sick but she can't work. She can't skip work because she needs to borrow money from her employers. And afterwards, she take her daughter to the doctor. Her job as a domestic worker, that's why it's not a permanent job. That's why she can remove by her employers anytime. She feel insecureness. Why Kanta has enough reason to doubt whether she is really equal or not. Kanta feels she is poor. Her basti is never get cleaned. That's why her daughter falls ill. And when she went to the hospital and she's waiting, she was waiting for the doctor. That time she feels that I am not equal. I already told you about the universal adult franchise in my previous slide. Equal right to vote. What is the meaning of it? In a democratic country like India, all adults, irrespective of what religion they belong to, how much education they have, what caste they are, or whether they are rich or poor, are allowed to vote. This is what called universal adult franchise. It is based on the idea of equality because it states that every adult in a country, irrespective of their wealth and the communities she belongs to, has one vote. The same thing is written here, the universal adult franchise. What is universal adult franchise? So I already explained you and you already studied in class 6th. Oh, so hope you will understand the concept and this video is helpful for you. Thank you.